Let's jump to the A to Z of the AZ. I really thought about this, so. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I am getting vaccinated. Last Sunday, when we were having breakfast, the registration opened at 12 o'clock. I managed to get a spot into the system to get my AZ vaccine at about 12:30. So I was very fortunate. I did not know beforehand what this AZ vaccine was, and so I was very nervous. I was very skeptical. And so fast forward to Monday morning, when I got up, I took my phone, and I saw, got confirmation saying that my appointment would be this Thursday. I was shocked. I didn't expect that I would get it so quickly. It was really just about securing a spot, even though there was no knowledge beforehand on what it was. I have no clue what this AZ vaccine was. And so what I did on my part was I really committed the past 3 days, and I really just read up on a lot of articles, and I'm so glad, because it really matters when you read stuff and then you gain more information, and then you can make a good decision. The only logical reasoning that I had, right, was I'm balancing out which one I would suffer more with the vaccine, getting a headache, getting a fever, and all those kind of things, versus me getting actual COVID, going to the quarantine center for like 14 days, having a lot of taking up logic in my own head. And so I just told myself, I'm just gonna go for it. But I did not have that assurance, right? So I began my research, and these are things that I found. What is vaccination? So vaccination is basically a process in a weakened version of the coronavirus into your body. Your body then recognizes it and then creates antibodies to fight against it. So that next time, if you get infected with the real coronavirus, it already recognizes that virus and it knows how to fight it before it infects you really badly. The side effects to vaccinations, yes. Sometimes you take Panadol, your paracetamol, you also get side effects. How are vaccines tested? These vaccines will then be clinically trialed. These vaccines will be used on participants, which helps you determine the efficacy, it helps you determine the safety of it. What is efficacy? So efficacy is the effectiveness of the vaccine. So in a clinical trial, what happens is, let's just say you take 100 people, split them half of them you give them a placebo, half of them you give them a vaccine, right? And so they put in the placebo, they put in the vaccine, and then you go and live your lives. They will continue to be monitored by scientists. After a certain period of time, they'll be gathered again, and you'll see out of the 50 and the 50, how many people have actually got infected with COVID. Let's just say 4 people that gets the placebo, 4 people who gets the vaccine gets infected. Efficacy is 0. So if the number tallies, the efficacy is at 0. That's just how it works, okay? If the efficacy rates are at 95%, it means that that participant is 95% likely to not get infected by COVID. Vaccination helps because once a person gets vaccinated, the risk of spreading the disease is smaller. Now with the new strains that are coming up, it's coming up because it's mutated. It's mutated because it's continuing to be spread among other non-infected people. So the results of the efficacy is very easily manipulated. Moderna and the Pfizer trials were done at a very low rampant stage, whereas AZ was done in a more rampant time period. So these things actually do contribute to the results, where the trials were conducted and newer strains were present. Let me just read here. These are all my research, okay? AZ is a 2-dose vaccine. So you get your first dose, after 12 weeks you get another dose. They have also found out that the longer you spread out your doses, the higher the efficacy is. We've been hearing a significant number of people have died because of blood clots from the vaccine. 1, it is not confirmed. There's no direct link from the vaccine. It's just a possible link. The people who have developed that blood clot already has a history of having low platelet issues. Total number was 209 out of 22 million, which means if, let's just base on today's case, 250 people who registered for AZ, about 2.375 will get a blood clot. COVID itself also carries a risk of blood clots. The blood clots that we've been so alarmed about is called CVST, cerebral venous sinus thrombosis. Drains blood from your brain, and that can be fatal. fatal. There's also something called DVT, which is called the deep vein thrombosis. What happens is that there will be a blood clot in one of your legs. It can be fatal when that blood clot breaks free and it travels to your heart, into your arteries, which will then result in pulmonary embolism. Even without the vaccine, people also tend to get DVT. People who are pregnant, who use contraceptive pills, who have recently undergone surgery, who has cancer, older people, people who smoke, people who are obese. These people can also get DVT. The threat of DVT is real with or without the vaccine. What is this whole thing about not being recommended? Women, AZ is one of the earliest vaccines to be and to be tested out. One possible explanation why women make up a larger portion of the blood clotting cases is the fact that many of the first people to receive the AZ vaccine were healthcare workers, which are a majority of women. The same blood clotting you hear from AZ happened in Pfizer, where there were 2 cases of thrombosis, but the 2 participants did not have low platelet, so they did not die. There's a new strain of mutation called the B.1.351 in South Africa, where the AZ clinical trial was conducted. The results did not came out as well as scientists have hoped. The results was only involving 2,000 people. These 2,000 people were relatively young with good immune system, so they are not too sure whether the new strain has interfered, because it's impossible for these young participants to get severely injured from new strain. Pfizer and Moderna have also said that the vaccine is not effective against the new strain. So it's not just AZ. What we need to take away from that is the fact that yes, it's not effective towards the new strains, but it is still effective against the OG strain. What we need to understand is that the more transmission of COVID there is, the more mutation there will be. All vaccines have 100% efficacy in preventing death. So on Monday itself, I posted a poll on Instagram. Should I take or should I not take AZ? 31 people voted for me to take it. 11 people voted for me not to take it. Okay? And these are some of the things that people have said to me on my messages. One of my friends says, if it's AZ, don't take. Chances of getting blood clots in younger groups are there. One of my other friends said, wow, so fast. Registered on Sunday, Monday already get confirmation. One of my other friends said, AZ is one of the most studied vaccines, and yes, it has the risk of getting thrombosis, but compared to other things, the numbers comparing to the blood clots you get from vaccines are most insignificant. Chances of you getting COVID much higher than the chances of you getting blood clot from the vaccine. Another friend says, don't go and take vaccine. Who knows? Suddenly all of us become zombies. Excuse me? No. Another friend said, ultimately the decision is yours. This friend also says, it depends on your immune system. Maybe vaccines are more important for the older generation or those who are exposed. Like me, I'm exposed. I'm doing a sales job and I'm constantly going out. I'm constantly seeing people. You can only take so much steps to protect yourself. Another friend says, AZ ada side effect, but depends on the body. Each vaccine ada risk dia. Bergantung dengan body you, eventually kena ambil juga. We're all waiting on the general list of getting the vaccination after the frontliners, after the older folks, after this, after that. Then only it comes to us, and I'm only 25. When am I going to get the chance to get vaccinated? So eventually you need to take it also. Might as well, if it's offered to you on a first come first serve basis and you got the slot, just take it. Another friend, very cute, this little boy says, sis, AZ don't take, AZ not safe. It's banned in more than a dozen countries, a lot of countries that have not banned it, right? So I realized that a lot of people are reading headliners instead of the fine print, instead of investing more time to go and do research and to go and learn more about why they are saying these things. Another friend said the only thing hindering him from getting the AZ vaccine is the fact that it doesn't fare well with the newer strains. I actually sent him an article, we were talking on it, and we were saying it still protects us from the OG strain of COVID. And she was like, what's the rush? And for me, I think it's not a matter of rushing. It really boils down to a matter of how urgent it is. They're saying, after you get vaccinated, sure, you're going to go out already. I've already been going out without being vaccinated. even though you get vaccinated, not to go around and party and then after that not wear masks. That's just stupid, okay? What do you do after you get vaccinated? It's very similar to those who have gotten a viral infection before. So just pay attention to what your body is going through, and if you really feel like you need help, go and find a doctor. Is this still recording? Oh my god, it's 30 minutes. I have so much to cut. General rule of thumb, after you get vaccinated, don't go out, just stay home. Stay at home! If you have parents, who are well aware, who are reading news, who are discussing with their uncles and auntie friends, and they make the decision for you, trust them. You're not an adult yet, you don't get to make decisions for yourself. But don't be ignorant and say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna trust my parents, I'm not gonna, excuse me, your tail. Continue doing research, because for me, I personally felt so relieved after reading, confirming with my friend as well. I felt so proud of the time I invested in finding out the truth. And what the Bible says, the truth will set you free. Free from all the doubt, free from all the skepticism as well. Honestly, if you ask me, I'm actually quite nervous. I'm really, really nervous. Because Bill got his jab yesterday, and he started getting a bit of heat going on, and it was very hot. It was quite hot. I mean, not hot like damn sexy. It was quite hot in terms of temperature. I'm just preparing myself mentally on what to expect later. Only go out when it's necessary. I'm also trying to tell myself that, as you all know, I'm quite an outgoer. When it's really necessary, I think we all really need to just listen. My mom would be very proud, but my mom would be like, you say only you want to stay at home, but you didn't. So I have been listening, okay? I'll take all of you with me later to show you the vaccination process, take you to the location, explain to you what I'm seeing, what I'm experiencing as well. So yeah, see you later. I am turning into PWTC. There we are. Heading upstairs. This is the place that you'll be welcome to. So this is the whole place. And then you have a little waiting area here. So now I'm heading there. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I'm just gonna ask them first. Lining up. So I'm currently waiting outside of that waiting area because the seats are all full. This man is very helpful, very kind. I think when it comes to healthcare, most of us are very cautious because of how scary they are sometimes. But that man was very nice. So yeah. Past station 2 just opened and I'm going in. So we're currently waiting in the other hall. Thank you. The first row is heading in first. We are going in. So they've asked 14 people to line up, and now we're gonna go in. We're gonna show our code. We're going in there now. Oh, we're gonna go into the consultation place first. Hi, good. How are you? You're gonna say hi to my vlog. Hi there. Me, she. Correct. Can I record this? I can, right? Hi, hello.
Are you an influencer?
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm just doing this.
For your documentation?
Yes.
Let's take a
It's similar to like getting a viral infection, is it? Right? Like inner body aches.
Yes.
Okay. Just relax. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. Just got my shot, and now we are going to register here. And we're done, I think. Hello, I'm done. So I just finished my vaccination, and what do I feel straight away? A bit of soreness in this spot where they injected it. I am so relieved. I think there's just this sense of, because before I went for it, I was so nervous for it, I was so anxious, right? And so having experienced everything, you know, the people there were very helpful, very kind, very patient to explain to you stuff. Now I'm heading to get green tea because I deserve it. I'm a big girl now. I'm vaccinated and I am happy.